everyone. Welcome to
Fika for Life.
My name is Edward Thomas and my co-host is
Linh. Hello.
And today we have another special guest with us.
Hello, my name is Ionathan.
Ooh,
Hey, Ionathan. Ooh, a nice voice you have.
Yeah, thank you.
Welcome to Fika for Life.
And this is this is the end of our first season of our podcast. And we want to go out with a big bang.
Bang, 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 bang. You know, in Asia, when they have this bang, bang, bang stuff when they get married and stuff. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. We're not getting married today, sorry.
No.
Ah, well.
No, but we are celebrating our anniversary.
Yes. We've been doing Fika for Life for a long time now.
1 year.
1 year. We're just like a baby.
And we checked out our statistics, and it looks awesome. And we have listeners from all over the world, and we want to say thank you all for listening to us and giving us feedback and inspiring us to do more, say more, give more.
Oh my gosh, it sounds like a church service.
Yeah,
it's like,
a church. Give more!
Give more! We want you to give more today. Come on, get down to that collection right now. Jesus loves you. Give more money.
He will bless you more. The more you give, the more you get blessed.
That's right. Hey, we're in prosperity right now.
So, Ed, what's our topic today?
Well, today we decided that we'd want to take something like really big. So if our children...
Like a watermelon?
Yeah, no, like a big
pumpkin.
Giant pumpkin. A giant pumpkin. No, like if our children were, like in the future, and we were going to give advice to our children, if they were to come up to us and say, hey, Mom, hey, Dad, guess what? I'm in love.
Oh, crap.
And now we're going to give them some advice for the future. So, yeah, well... My kids are a lot older, so...
Yeah, you are closer to that than what our kids are.
Good luck.
You guys have small kids. But in 10 years, you never know.
No, my gosh, then we'd just be 13, man.
Well, some people start early.
Yeah, the thing is, I just told Ruth a story today about when I was in I was in the first grade. I went home with a tattoo, and my mother was like, "What's that?" And I was like, this is a heart, and here it's like I from Ionathan, and it's an O from Oana. It was my girlfriend at the time.
Hey, wow.
And it was in a heart.
So Ionathan Wama.
Yes, and it was like my first tattoo and the first girlfriend.
Do you still have it?
No, it was a permanent marker tattoo, so it just
It
took a lot of brushing and so on.
It was so permanent.
What did Ruth do when she saw your tattoo? She like took an iron, she's like, burn it off.
This is why I don't have tattoos.
Because girls change.
Because you're not the kind of guy a girl can just, tattoo her name on your body and stay with you.
Exactly.
So this is advice number 1. If the guy doesn't want you to put his name on his body, your name on his body, then you know that he's a loser. Leave him.
Wow.
No, but the thing is, he doesn't have to put his name on your name on his body or the other. The thing is, I have a girl, a 1-year-old wonderful girl, and for me as a girl father, it's more likely to advise her
as opposed to a godfather.
Self-defense and stuff like that. But like my first advice for her would be, if he doesn't want to put you in his heart, then just run away. It's different to have a one-night stand stuff or to have something for life. The way that you look at the person.
I know that it might be controversial.
That
but
means it will be controversial.
But my mom told me that my virginity was a big, big gift, and and my mom is not a Christian. She just comes from a very traditional background, culture, and she said that you have this gift and you should be really careful with who you're giving it to. And she also said something like, who wants to eat from a plum with someone else ate from it before you? And I know all the feminists out there are like, whoa, how can you say this? Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I'm just telling you guys what my mom told me.
So your mom said, preserve your plum.
Yeah, my mom preserved my plum. But the thing is that I think your virginity is not the only worth you have. It doesn't mean that when you lose it, it's not you're losing any worth. You are not unworthy. It's not like that. But it's something that I think it's a sign that you you value yourself so high that you don't want to give it to anyone.
That's what my mother told me too. She told me to protect my virginity. She says, there's a lot of women out there. They're not always going to be the best one. Save it until you get married. Don't be
Dumb.
No, my mom said my mom read the King James Bible, so she's like, don't be a whoremonger. I didn't raise you to be a whoremonger, Ed. I raised you to keep your thing inside your pants.
Oh wow, I like your mom.
You know what my dad said? My dad said that it's not a man the one that can pull his pants off and have sex. The man is the one that can keep his pants on before
and still have sex.
No,
before getting married. Don't ruin my coach.
Yeah,
man.
don't ruin his story.
I'm sorry.
And also about virginity and how much you you respect yourself. As soon as Evelyn, my daughter, will start to understand and we will start to talk about this topic, I will tell her that there are two kind of prizes, two kind of girls in this world. It's like first prize girl, the girls that you have to work a lot of time to get to them. Like if you want to be the first in your class, you have to work hard in order to be the first. You need to learn, you need to spend time studying and using your brain and all the skills that you have. Or you can be the consolation prize. You just have to be there in order to get a diploma. But that's not worth it anything. You can have a bunch of participations kind of stuff, but
diplomas.
you didn't earn anything. You were just there present. So it's up to her what you want to be.
Wow.
What do you think, Ed?
Yeah, well.
But that's only one thing, though.
Yeah. No, I think that the advice I would give all of my children, really, especially now when they're adults and they're actually in that situation, just be yourself. Be so happy with who God has made you to be. And don't live for other people. If someone doesn't like you, if someone tries to make you change into somebody else, leave them. Run away. It's a
Now
bad
you're talking
deal.
about a partner or your boy or girlfriend.
Well, boyfriend, girlfriend, best friend, a job, doesn't matter. I think that.
But some people
that
it's
acceptance. Well, but there's a sort of baseline where you have to accept yourself. And you have to be okay with who you are. I mean, you have a basic personality. I mean, if you like manga and you're 30 years old, you like manga,
Oh, manga. I thought you were whoremonger.
If you're a whoremonger at 30, you'll be a whoremonger at 40. No. For those of you who don't know what that word is, that's an old King James word. It just means a guy who was really loose. Went around and slept with everybody around town. So,
You. Yeah?
So that's what it was like. I mean, that's what the word means.
It was a whoremonger?
I was just a hoe. No. But I think that a lot of things, whether it's relationships, whether it's jobs, whether it's careers or anything like that, I think it starts with a self appreciation. And I think just knowing, just being comfortable with who you are is just such a big relief in life. It just opens the doors to so many different things. So I think that would be like one of the main advices I would tell them. Just get to know yourself and be true to yourself and who you are. And anyone who wants you to be someone else, you just dump them.
Yeah.
Run. Forest, run.
Run, Forrest, yes.
I think also another thing is that I know we, as children, we don't always like our parents' advice or even what they're saying. But I think if your parents, and especially also your friends, don't like that person you are dating, you should be careful.
Yeah.
Because even though you don't agree with your parents and your friends all the time, but you should always consider, like, why are they saying this? Does it come from a bad place? Or is it something because they know you best? Or is because they care for you the most and can see things that you can't see right then?
Can I disagree? Because I just
Yes, you can
the thing
disagree.
is because I married a woman that her parents didn't like me at all, and I don't think they like me too much today.
Well,
So, but it's a different story.
did
so
you buy them a house?
or not? I don't try to
See, that's the thing. You
to
got
conquer my
you have to-
mother-in-law.
You have to, I don't know if you want to conquer it.
Like to conquer her heart or whatever.
If she's a country, you need to take it over.
No.
Just make sure you have an
It's
adequate
like
force.
This can be very subjective. The parents can be very subjective sometimes. They can have just the wrong info about the person. But at the end, it's a choice that everyone takes. My daughter will make her choices at the point. And the only thing that I'm sure that I can do for her, even though she chooses right or bad, I can be there for her to support when needed.
Wow.
I think I hope I brainwash my daughter enough so
Your
she'll.
brother, I'm going to call him up right now. That was a Freudian
No,
slip.
I can't brainwash my brother. He's on a different road. Not brainwash, but I hope she'll grow up and learning Jonas and my values in life. So she has internalized them. So when she's out there meeting a lot of people, she has some kind of compass in her mind and her heart. And even though she does dumb things, she still knows if that is good or bad.
Well, in that case, that means you guys would have to be really, really good role models for her, like living it out. So that she could
Obviously, I am.
Okay, well, you guys will have to be good role models. As I'm rolling my eyes, looking up at the ceiling, because
Just keep up the good job.
yeah, I mean, I think that if you can make it into an experience, so if those values are things she can experience and she can see them demonstrated in front of her, then I think those things sort of seep into the inner core of a child and stuff like that. But it's when it's an expectation that the parents aren't living up to, then the kids will reject that because they'll see that as hypocrisy. So I think it's really important to be consistent and to be able to model what you're saying.
That's so hard. So you're saying that what you're not, you can't give?
Yep, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Suck.
You know,
But it's really weird because, like, we don't smoke. So Annette and I, we don't smoke cigarettes. Her parents don't smoke cigarettes. My mom doesn't smoke cigarettes.
Yet
we-
your children?
Yeah. And it was really because they hid it for like a really long time. But it was really surprising for us. It's like, why would they smoke cigarettes? Because we've always said how bad it is, how dangerous it is. And here in Sweden, you have to get a driver's license and it costs a lot of money. And so we said we would pay for their license if they didn't smoke. If they made it all the way until they were 20 years old, until they got their license and didn't smoke, we would pay for it. Which is really funny because now they smoke cigarettes and we're not paying for anything. It's like, I'm like, sorry, that's it. You
chose that.
You chose that. You got to live with that. But I don't know how they ended up smoking since none of us smoked cigarettes. It wasn't anything we modeled.
Bad friends.
friends.
Yeah, friends, I
Bad
guess,
friends.
or something. I don't know. So that was like, I always felt really bad about that.
My brother smoked, and then
Really?
my mom got lung cancer, and then he stopped. I don't know, he's still smoking. And I'm like, you dumb. If your mom gets lung cancer and you still smoke, you dumb.
Oh, exactly.
Like, really dumb. So,
You know that you talked about the models, like the role models for kids.
Yeah.
I have a friend in Romania, and as soon as his daughter turned 14, he wanted to make a special birthday gift that will affect all of her life.
what's that?
And he took her for a date. And he said like this, I will take you to a date so you will
No, what a
No.
good date is.
how a date is, how a man should treat you. And if someone will ever take you to a date, then he will not treat you like this, with respect, with everything.
Care, yeah.
With care and so
Wow.
on. Then you have
Don't spend your
like something to compare with.
Yeah.
If
you have
they
like
don't
You
match.
have like a standard.
Yeah, you have a standard. And this, I think, is very, very cool to set a standard for the kid. Like, this
Wow.
is what you should look to, and if it doesn't match, then it's not fitting your or our family values.
But then you got back to that it's important that the family also approves of the partner.
Yes.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, perhaps our daughters, like perhaps my daughter will hide from me for a while, like I've did in some cases with my parents. I hide the person that I was talking with. But if she knows, because I had when I was 19, I was meeting with a girl that she was 27,
Woo.
and she was not Christian, and
How old were you? 19?
I was 19. Yeah, it was a big gap.
Ah, man.
But the thing
Ooh,
is,
like that
we
old meat.
were going along. We were going along very, very well. But in back of my mind, I knew, oh, she's not Christian, and then what my parents were gonna say,
Yeah.
and then we don't listen the same music, we don't laugh at the same jokes, And this is something that came from my family, and then I didn't saw any match in between for the values.
But what did you see in her then?
Yeah, I was thinking, why would you hang out?
I
with
know
her?
why.
The flesh, man.
I know.
Flesh.
No, it was curiosity. You know, when
Something different.
yeah, it
You
was
just want to
something.
know what an
that-
old lady kiss like. You just
Oh, stop it.
she's so old, you know.
yeah, you don't want to get strike on this episode, so it's just
Edward.
Okay, I'm just teasing
don't
you.
push the wrong buttons, please. No, but it was curiosity, and I wanted to, because I just talked with Christian girls, and I wanted to see how a non-Christian dating will be like, and it was not even close of what I expected, and then it was like, oh, then.
I think
but-
most of my life I was open with my parents who I was
Really?
dating. Yeah.
Okay, so if you had brought me home to your parents, say, "Hey, mom and dad, this is my boyfriend, big black guy from America
Riding a motorcycle.
on motorcycles."
I don't know. I was never interested in black guys.
Oh my gosh, I'll never be your friend again.
No, but the thing is, we hadn't had so many black guys where I grew
In East
up.
Germany,
Yeah.
it's got to be like 100,000.
No.
No, really?
No.
Oh my god.
The most exotic one was some Turkish dude in my school. No.
Well, man, you don't know what you missed.
But I don't think I've brought so many guys home. Mostly German dudes.
You see, you were hiding from your parents.
No, I wasn't hiding them. I told my mom I'm going to go meet my boyfriend. She's like, okay, when you'll be back? Where does he live? And I'm like, okay, I will live there.
Wow.
So she was more concerned about my safety. So I think she always told me that she always wanted to create an atmosphere where I could tell her anything. And she was like, when I was a teenager, she was on this trip like, oh, let's be best friends. No, no, no. Obviously, we can't be best friends with your mom. So I let her believe that we were best friends, but
Liar.
I still like told her things that were significant
Yeah.
to me.
Okay, wow, that was interesting.
Why?
Yeah, but also
No, I mean, okay. So when I grew up outside of Chinatown, I mean, a lot of the girlfriends I had to hide from their parents because their parents just would not have accepted a black guy. So even in the church, which is really surprising.
yeah, but what I want to tell Lynn is that she didn't grow in a Christian family, and from what I talked back while with you, we kind of grew up in the same family environment where if you bring that girl, better be in the living room or in your room with the door open, and like it was another kind of environment, another kind of models in our parents. I don't want to blame your parents in any way. But it was a different environment for us that we grow in, and this is why maybe Ed did the same. Like you had to hide some of the girls because they were not exactly fitting the mother's requirements.
You don't bring home a non-Christian girl to our house.
Never.
Because my mom would be like,
She would preach.
she would
preach
be like,
that girl.
she's like, oh, hey, honey, so you don't believe in Jesus?
Oh,
Like,
I love this.
Why don't you, wait? So you don't believe that Jesus died on the cross for your sins? Let me get my Bible. Let me show you. Did someone ever show you the Bible? What it says in the Bible? I mean, you could be saved. So that's why I just didn't.
But that means that she was concerned about that non-Christian girl that you brought home.
Yeah, but then she also tried to set me up with Sunday school girls. Like my mom taught a Sunday school class. She's like, here's this girl, and she's really nice. She's from my Sunday school class. I was like, oh my gosh, no. That was an automatic no. But I tried. I did try to get to know one of the girls in my mom's Sunday school class. So I was just like nah, that's just too weird. Didn't work out. I was like, we are not. And she was bossy, and I was like, ooh.
You like bossy women.
No, I don't. I hate bossy women.
Look at your wife.
Yeah, but I didn't make her bossy. It happened. I don't know what happened. She went to Chernobyl and she came back. I've changed. I should have said that.
Give her sneakers.
Honey, I'm just
She's just hungry.
kidding. I'm just kidding. You know, these people make me say stuff like that. It's a script,
It's a script.
I think. Okay.
So, would you guys tell your kids anything about economy, money, housekeeping?
Yeah. I mean, okay, so my youngest son is gay. And
What's
And
that
I-
have to do with money? But
no,
yeah,
but I was
anyway.
just thinking what advice I was going to give him. So, but I didn't know it when he was younger. So he just told me like a couple of years ago. But I was thinking like if I was going to give him advice, I would say, well, you know, I think that you should always try to figure out like the whole friendship thing, because I think friendship is really important. And then when it comes to money, that I think that you should be really careful actually about with money. Don't get involved with anyone who's in debt, because that person doesn't respect money, and that person, all they're going to do is drag you down with their debt. So I think that's the thing I would say to both the guys and girls about whoever they were dating, to not date people who have credit they can't handle. They're like slaves to the credit cards, who are just have a massive amount of debt, just buy things on impulse, don't know how to save money.
Oh no.
Because that's just going to make your life miserable.
Then I shouldn't talk about this.
Dude. Well, that would be it. But you can still give advice to Evelyn.
Yeah, listen to your mother.
Well, that's also good at thing.
Good to know.
It's, I learned from my parents that in some aspects of the life, one partner can have some strengths than the other one. So it's good to know towards which one to steer your kids' attention when it's about different subjects. Like if it would be about money, then I would ask my wife to give her advices and so on, because I tend to spend the money. But then maybe I can give her advices in like when it comes about men and how
about motors. Maybe
motors.
Maybe Evelyn becomes like a motorhead, and she's like, "Dad, I just want to know how to fix that tractor engine." You'd be like, "Oh, come here, get your greasy fingers all over the motor."
I just bought her a book with tractors.
Jeez, you're not trying to force her.
No, and a toolbox.
Well, they have kids' toolboxes.
That was like me trying to teach all my children to play chess when they were small.
Which is like boring, man.
What? Oh my God!
You and Jonas should sit
Take
down
that back.
and play chess.
Chess is the most exciting thing in the universe. I think that sometimes instead of having preaching on Sundays, we should play chess.
No.
You can learn so much more about
You
God
and
from
Jonas
playing
can
chess.
hang out and play chess all day, all night.
Well, he'll be like my third son. Oh, that'd be so nice.
Go for it.
Then you have to call me Dad.
I can call you Dad. I call you Father sometimes.
Oh, that you do that. Okay, it's really weird.
Father, I've sinned.
I know. And then I slap you. Stop sitting. Okay, well, more advice. So the thing is that so my children are adults, and you guys have small children. And I think that all of us really want our kids to have a good life. I think. I want my kids to have a good life. I can't really put the words into your mouth, but
I want my kid to have a godly life.
Yeah.
It's not the same as a good life, necessarily.
It could be. It doesn't have to be a bad life.
It can be,
You're
but
going
it
to
doesn't.
suffer for Jesus.
No,
Well, that's what the Bible says.
Yeah, okay.
If you're a true believer, you'll be persecuted.
Yes, it does say that.
Yeah, I want for my daughter to be happy. I took also in consideration the fact that she might come one day with a girlfriend home.
Yes.
Oh.
That's gonna be something that I will do it on instance. Like, I don't know. I don't want to think too much about this.
Yeah.
Because
Cross that bridge when you get there.
it's too young, and I want to concentrate on each phase of her
Yeah.
growth at the
Development.
moment.
Right now, she's not going to bring anybody home.
No. Hopefully
Except
not.
an imaginary
Except
friend.
some dogs, some animals, or some different small things. But I want her to be happy, and in order to be happy with a person, with a partner, you have to match from almost any point of view. And
It's really hard.
yeah, it's really hard, but also you need to accept the other person
How they are.
pluses and minuses and just cope with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's probably true. But I think that whatever concerns that we have for the future, I think we'll be okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think
you
so.
know, you guys can learn from my mistakes. I've got 5 adult kids, so just look at everything I've done. Like, don't do that, okay?
Like you don't.
A lot of don'ts.
Yeah. No, but we really want to thank everyone for supporting us this first year out. And we're going to continue into the next season. So we really hope that people continue to watch, tell your friends about us. Listen. Keep sending in your wonderful questions that we love to answer. And we'll keep eating and keep talking. And hopefully this podcast will bring a little bit of sunshine to your life.
Yeah, sunshine.
So what do you think, Lynn? How's it been for you?
This year?
Yeah.
It'd be fun. Sometimes it was hard to find time to meet up and record a podcast. But I think it's very insightful, and I hope people appreciate our dynamics and what we're talking about, because we try to have a variety of what we're talking about. We don't only want to talk about good things and not only bad things, but we try also to have people like Jonathan coming up and giving input. And I hope people appreciate that this podcast is work. And we also want to thank Laurie, our producer from Finland.
Exactly. He's very attractive, ladies, and he's single. just so you put
You're
that out there.
pimping him out again, like you did with Timmy.
I can't help
man.
it. I feel it's like my duty. I feel like I'm their like fairy godfather, you know. Just have to wink it out there, tingling, and make something happen, you know.
Well, maybe we can one day. Yeah, we can one day talk about single people and what we want them to, how we want them to sell themselves.
We want them to sell themselves on the black market.
No.
But Jonathan, thanks for being with us also on our last episode for this season.
We kind of want to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're going to ask me to come, I will.
Great.
Well, yes, we'll ask you to come back.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe one day I'll come with my wife. So.
Ooh.
We had your wife on the podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
I know.
On the motherhood podcast.
Yeah.
Motherhood episode.
Yeah, she was actually really good.
Yeah, I know she's good. This is the reason why I chose her to be my wife.
Oh my gosh, you're really fishing for points now. Let's tell the truth later on. Wait till we get off air.
Yeah.
Okay. But anyway, thanks everyone for supporting us, and keep watching and listening out for the second season of Fika for Life.
Thank you for listening. If you have any comments or ideas, please send us a message to fikaforlife@mail.com. Fika, F-I-K-A. This was the Fika for Life podcast with Linh Nguyen and Edward Thomas, and we hope to hear you again.